Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Smashing Maths Problems with MRT Maths. So today we are going to take a look again at the equal quantity or equal value question type. So without further ado, let's dive straight into it. So this character, Mrs. Tan, she has 2 rows of ribbons that are the same length. So same length, so this is a very big clue already for us. Same length with different designs. And they say that the first row were cut into pieces of 40 cm, whereas the second row were cut into pieces of 60 cm. And bear in mind that there are 7 suns for the first one and 9 stars for the second type. Okay, but the key phrase is they are of the same length. And they say that after she finished cutting both rows, the total number of suns, all the suns minus away all the stars, is actually 126. So I'll circle that. And they're asking us to find the length of one row of ribbon. So how should we proceed? Okay, so let me just finish my annotation. So having done the basics in pencil, I'll use my highlighters, BYROG. So B for blue, Y for yellow, R for red, O for orange, G for green. So sometimes we need to complete another cycle of the BYROG. So like for this question today, we have to go through another cycle because all the suns minus away all the stars is actually 126. And last but not least, they would want us to find the length of one row. Okay? So as mentioned earlier, the key phrase for this question is that they have the same length. So our focus will be on the 40 cm and the 60 cm. So let me just write down LCM. And if you've forgotten what is LCM, LCM actually means lowest common multiple. So LCM of 40 and 60, okay, is actually 120. So this is a very quick one. So we have the first row and the second row. First and second. So I'm putting them on 2 different places. Okay? So that it's easy for everyone to reference. So the first one, there are 7 suns. And it's 40 cm arrow 7 suns. As for the second one, it is every 60 cm of the ribbon, it gets us 9 stars. So if you realize that for this question, suns and stars, they both start with S. So it's very hard for us to just use symbols or just be using the letter S. Hence, we have to actually write out the full spelling of the word. So let me just transform 40 cm and 60 cm, transform them both into 120 cm. So I'm going to multiply by 3, I'm going to multiply by 2 on the right side. Then I'm going to have 120 cm, which will get us to 21 suns. And I'll have 120 cm for the second row of ribbon. It will get us to 18 stars. So at this juncture, for some children, they will actually know that they will need to take the difference between the suns and the stars. And if you realize that at the start, we only have 7 suns and 9 stars. So some children will actually take 9 minus 7, which is a wrong step. Okay, they'll take 9 minus 7, meaning 9 stars minus away 7 suns. So they shouldn't have done that. Instead, they should have just gone straight to finding the LCM, and they will be on the road to solving the question. So let me just write down 21, take away 18. it will actually be 3. So what is this 3, the difference of 3 that we are getting over here? And it's actually the difference between the suns and the stars. So if we have the same length of 120 cm of ribbon, there will be 3 suns more than the stars, which means that suns minus stars is actually 3, and this works for 120 cm of ribbon. So my very next step is to take 126, okay, because they say that total number of suns 126 more than the total number of stars. I'll take 126, I will divide it by 3. I'll divide it by 3. And what would that be? It will be 126 divided by 3, and that's 42. So what is this 42 about? Okay, this 42 actually means that for 120 cm, or when we have 120 cm, there will be 3 suns more than stars. So for the question to have 126 more suns than stars, this means that the length of ribbon that we are referring to, that we are talking about, it has got to be 42 times of 120 cm. Let me just repeat this again, 42 times of 120 cm. So the ribbon, the length of ribbon, it has got to be 42 times 120. So let me just key into the calculator and see what happens. Yes, and my answer is 5040. Okay, so having found the answer, let us try to check to be very certain, to be very sure that our answer is correct. So 5040 cm is what we obtain if we found the LCM of 40 and 60 to be 120, and we proceeded as how I've shown you. So now let's check. So how can we check our work to be sure that we are correct? So when the length is 5040 cm, let us ask ourselves how many suns will we get. So we take 5040, we divide it by 40. Okay, so 5040 divided by 40, which is the first length of ribbon, is 126. So 126, I will multiply that by 7 suns. Okay, and that will be 882. So likewise, for the same length, 5040, I will divide it by 60 for the second length of ribbon. 5040 divided by 60, and that is 84. I will use 84. Okay, I will use 84, and I will multiply that by 9. Okay, let me just write clearly for everyone. Okay, 84. So 84, I'll multiply that by 9, and let's see what happens. So 84 times 9 is actually 756. So our very last final step is to take 882, which is all the suns, minus away all the stars, 756. So suns minus stars, and what would that be? 882 minus 756, and I will obtain 126. So lo and behold, I've just proven that our answer 5040 cm is actually correct. So once again, we have come to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching Smashing Maths Problems with MRT Maths. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye bye.